Good morning children to 11 science. Today we are starting new lesson, that is lesson 6 thermodynamics. Okay, thermodynamics क्या है बेटा? thermodynamics का is लिखेंगे अगर definition समझो तो thermo means what? Heat. Thermo means heat. Okay, and dynamo is made up of the word dynamo, that means dynamics is made up of the word dynamo, that means force. Okay, so in this chapter it shows it is, can I write here definition? Thermodynamics is part of science which shows the relationship between heat, work, temperature and energy. Heat, thermo means ही heat होता है, heat, work, temperature and energy. Understand? ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ एनर्जी. चिल्ड्रन, अभी हमारे पास एक डिश है, उसमें आइस क्यूब्स हैं. आफ्टर सम टाइम व्हेन यू विल कम, you will find that water is there. So what happened? Because of the change in energy, है ना, the physical state changed. It absorbed the heat of the atmosphere and then the state changed from ice to water. Now some interesting terms, though we know, we will understand in this chapter. The first term is a system. Beta, system क्या है? A system in thermodynamics means the part of the universe in which observations are made. Okay, so if I am taking a beaker, can you see children, beaker is there. In this beaker certain chemicals are there and the reaction is going to take place. So this beaker, which is the part of universe, is under investigation. इसको हम observe कर रहे हैं. So this is known as system. Understood? This is known as system. अब कितने तरह के सिस्टम होंगे बेटा? Let us see some basic terminology. I am sending you the PDF. You will understand more clearly. Basic terminology for thermodynamics we will understand. That is, first is system. Explanation is the part of the universe under investigation. Here I have taken a beaker. So beaker is the system. Okay. Now comes open system. As you see, this beaker is open. So a system which can exchange both energy and matter with the surrounding. If I will leave this beaker outside, then after 3-4 days you will find that the level of the chemical, अगर chemical है तो या water है तो, it will be decreased. What happened? That means if water is there, then the energy and matter both are exchanged with the surrounding. If it is cold water, it will become hot or normal room temperature. If it is hot water, it will become cold. So दिस इज ओपन सिस्टम. क्लोज सिस्टम क्या होगा बेटा? जैसे अब हमारे घर में कोई बॉटल है तो बॉटल हैज़ लिड. सो अ सिस्टम विच परमिट्स पासेज ऑफ एनर्जी बट नॉट मास अक्रॉस इट्स बाउंड्री. इफ इट इज़ क्लोज तो मास विल नॉट बी एक्सचेंज, मास बाहर नहीं जाएगा. जैसे ओपन सिस्टम में हमने क्या देखा? वाटर विल ड्राई अप, बट हियर मास विल नॉट बी एक्सचेंज्ड, ओनली द एनर्जी विल बी exchanged. Then isolated system, a system which can neither exchange mass nor energy, okay, with its surrounding, is known as the isolated system. Like if I talk about a thermos flask, okay, in that hot water is there. So you see the water will not get cold as well as the water will not be dried up. जितना वाटर, अगर 500 ml वाटर लिया तो 500 ml वाटर रह ही जाएगा. बट डू यू सी चिल्ड्रन, अ थर्मस फ्लास्क विल रिटेन हॉट वाटर अप टू व्हाट टाइम? सो 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, no, 24 hours. After that it will get cold. So there is no particular isolated system. Okay, but for example, we can take thermos flask is an isolated system which can retain hot water hot or cold water cold for a longer time, or any cold liquid or any hot liquid. Then comes surrounding. So the part of universe other than the system, if it is a beaker and reaction is taking place here, so other than this beaker, everything in the universe is known as surrounding. But एक बात ध्यान में रखना, if a chemical reaction is going to take place, then the whole universe, it will not make an impact on the whole universe. So कुछ जो area में वो impact होगा either heat के form में और cold के form में या किसी और energy के form में, that only is the surrounding. Okay. Then next interesting term is boundary. If I am talking about a beaker or a thermos flask, तो उसका जो wall है, that is anything which separates system from the surrounding is known as boundary. Understood? Easy है. Then comes state variables. The variables which are required to defined in order to define state of any system, like pressure, volume, mass, area, temperature, surface area, all these are known as state variables. That means, फिर से समझो state variables. The state of a thermodynamic system, the state of a thermodynamic system is described by its measurable or macroscopic properties. जो बड़ी properties होती हैं, is described by its measurable or macroscopic and microscopic, you know the difference. Microscopic is very tiny which we cannot see through naked eyes, and macroscopic यानी bulk properties है ना, measurable और macroscopic properties. bulk क्यों समझ में आया? bulk because big है ना, bulk properties. Examples are same. Pressure, volume, P, V, T are called state functions, state variables. ठीक है. अब किसी भी सब्सटेंस में बेटा इंटरनल एनर्जी प्रेजेंट होती है. इंटरनल एनर्जी इज डिनोटेड बाय U. So let us understand what is internal energy actually. Internal energy क्या होता है? इंटरनल एनर्जी. व्हाट इज इंटरनल एनर्जी? अ क्वांटिटी विच रिप्रेजेंट्स द टोटल एनर्जी ऑफ द सिस्टम. सो टोटल एनर्जी ऑफ द सिस्टम is known as internal energy. It may be chemical, electrical, mechanical or any other type of energy. ठीक है. Energy could be chemical, energy could be electrical, energy could be mechanical or any other type of energy could be there. So this is known as internal energy. The sum of all these energy is total energy. So in thermodynamics, this energy is known as internal energy and it is denoted by capital U. ठीक है. So the capital U of the system, that is internal energy of the system, may change when heat passes. Change can occur. Change can occur in internal energy. That is U. ठीक है. कब होगा? फर्स्ट कंडीशन व्हेन हीट पासेज इनटू और आउट द सिस्टम. या तो हीट उसमें हीट पासेज इनटू और आउट द सिस्टम. B, work is done on the system or by the system. Work is done on the system or by the system. Okay. Then matter enters or leaves the system. Third point is matter enters or leaves the system. ठीक है. देन एक नया टर्म आएगा अपने पास, दैट इज वर्क. ठीक है. सो वर्क जानने से पहले वी विल अंडरस्टैंड एन एडियाबेटिक सिस्टम. ठीक है. एडियाबेटिक प्रोसेस. Adiabatic process is a process in which there is no transfer of heat between the system and the surrounding. So wall separating the system and surrounding is known as adiabatic wall. Okay? Here I have written also in your definition page which I will send you. Adiabatic system में क्या है बेटा? The process during the which transfer of heat cannot take place between the system and the surrounding. So such a system is known as adiabatic process. एंड जो इसकी वॉल है दैट इज नोन एज एडियाबेटिक वॉल. अंडरस्टूड. लाइक इफ आई टॉक अबाउट सम क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर इन ए थर्मस फ्लास्क और इज इन एन इंसुलेटेड बीकर. इंसुलेटेड यानी हीट विल नॉट बी एक्सचेंज्ड. देन इन दैट केस it is known as it will not allow the exchange of heat between the system and the surrounding through the boundary, and so this type of system or process is known as adiabatic process, and the wall of the thermos flask will be known as adiabatic walls. Now let me explain a few interesting terms. One is process. Path along which the state of a system changes is known as process. कोई भी process होती है ना, जैसे एग्जाम की एक process है, जैसे तुमने आज टेस्ट दिया होगा उसकी एक प्रोसेस होगी. तो द पाथ अलॉन्ग विच द स्टेट ऑफ ए सिस्टम चेंजेस इज नोन एज प्रोसेस. देन आइसोथर्मल प्रोसेस. बेटा आइसो मीन्स सेम. ओके. प्रोसेस विच टेक्स प्लेस एट कॉन्स्टेंट टेम्परेचर इज नोन एज आइसोथर्मल प्रोसेस. देन नेक्स्ट इज आइसोबारिक प्रोसेस. दिस आइसोबार इज डिफरेंट दैट वी रेड इन सेकेंड लेसन. दिस इज आइसोबार मीन्स सेम प्रेशर. सो process which takes place at constant pressure is known as isobaric process. Next is, it is new to us, isochoric process. इसका मतलब अब वॉल्यूम सेम रहेगा, constant volume. So process which takes place at constant volume is known as isochoric process. So tomorrow I will explain you some new terms and some formulas.